Mabuhay! Maayong adlaw sa atong tanan. Kamusta? It was a normal day, like everyone doing some errands, work, and maintaining health, as well as the routine of life every day. 10 years ago, as I remembered, I was a normal but ambitious girl who only wanted a simple and productive life, dreaming that one day, if I were able, my only dream would be to have a comfortable and successful life. Most of us describe the word successful differently. Growing up in a country where poverty and richness are vastly different and incomparable, I didn't really understand why some people describe poverty as such an awful situation. But growing up and being able to describe poverty and success, I think, is a personal perspective. Poverty, I believe, is not permanent. If you want to change your current situation, you will try to work hard and try harder to be able to get out of it. Similarly, with success, there are many ways to define it and see it. I think success is like being able to provide basic needs, sustain oneself, and feel satisfied. It's also about being very healthy and not being sick for a long time. Or perhaps achieving something that may seem simple to others but was a personal challenge for you and you were able to succeed in it. Before I met my husband, I was so busy working and trying to figure out what life would bring me. I was born and raised in Mindanao, Philippines, and finished school there. I took vocational training or 2 years degree in college. After that, I decided to move to a bigger town to seek more opportunities. I knew there were opportunities in the town where I grew up, but I never had a chance to explore them. After I graduated, the reason I moved to another bigger town is that I have a sister who lived there. So, it really worked for me. As a young lady who had never been out and never explored a big town, ending up in a huge and well-known town, it was just an adjustment and overwhelming at first. But later, it wasn't. I was able to explore and see what the big cities or towns had to offer. For sure, there was a huge difference from my hometown. We were far from the market with limited transportations. We used tricycles or single motorcycles. In the big town where I moved, all the options you may need, from transportations to stores and more, were available. The only thing that I couldn't exchange for my hometown was the people and the peaceful surroundings we had in our small town. Fast forward, I moved here to a state where everything is way different from the country I'm from. Can you imagine what I felt on the very first day my feet landed in this country? Thinking of leaving my own country, it was not an easy journey for sure. However, because I have a strong mind and motivation, I believe I had reasons and missions for being here. First, I choose to live here because of the person I love. A man who proved to me that he's the one. A man who showed how he could make things possible because he can. We were young then and we didn't have an actual plan to our future life. All we knew was we were excited and in love with each other. Being in a long-distance relationship is not easy, and it's not for everybody. Before moving to the United States, I imagined life must be challenging there. If I move there, first I should speak and understand the language, the lifestyle, food, and the people. All of this is in my mind. But as soon as I moved and live here, it wasn't that hard because my husband was very patient in introducing me to life here. He showed me day by day how to be myself and everything would just flow and work naturally. And I would understand and be able to adjust slowly until I could. First, he exposed me to the food, the daily routines, and how fast-paced the lifestyle is here. He explained things why there's such a huge difference in life here compared to my country, in a way I could understand without giving it a wrong meaning. Many of us can relate to this. Moving out of our own country to live and work in other is always a challenge at first. Back home, people often think that life here is lucky and easy. But that's not always the case. People both here and there have plans and goals in life, working and showing up every day to provide for and afford the demands of life. I've noticed that people here are very hardworking, often with limited personal or family time. Life here is hectic and competitive, with a lot to offer and provide. Living in the United States is different. It will change your mindset and outlook in life. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just a different perspective. I can see the life I imagined 10 years ago and compare it to my current experiences. I still have a lot to learn and explore. Every day is a new opportunity to understand life, especially in our journey now. It's quite fun and challenging. What I always see is a fun part of marriage and adulting. I have so many stories to tell and share. I will do my best to give you a real and accurate depiction of life here in a new country. It's not always as it appears on TV or social media, where living here often looks like a fantasy, full of riches or a perfect life. There are flaws and appreciated aspects that are not what you might imagine. I try to share other sides of things. Now we are embarking on a new journey, living and creating memories in our RV. This lifestyle is all new and unique for us, as it's a big change from living in an apartment or owning a house. We are still learning every day. For those new to our page or in here on our YouTube channel, we welcome you. Again, I'm Ann and my husband Chase. We will be sharing and documenting our life here. For those who can relate or might watch this video, we appreciate you being here. For those who are unfamiliar with RV living, we encourage you to join us in our upcoming videos. We will share more updates and what we've learned in this lifestyle. Living in an RV and embracing this lifestyle is very beneficial for us. It helps us to be more flexible and functional, especially since we tend to move frequently due to the job demands. Staying in an apartment doesn't really work for us. The only downside of RV living in a state with harsh weather is that you cannot be a full-time RVer because many RV parks are closed for about 4 months each year. However, if you are in a state where RV parks are open year-round, being a full-time RVer can be a great option. Or some people think about RV. People expect the RV lifestyle is to offer freedom and flexibility and a closer connection to nature, a simplified way of living, a sense of community, cost of living, cost of saving, adventure, and occasional challenges related to maintenance and self-sufficiency. That's it for today's video. I hope to see you next time on our next adventure. Thank you for being here. God bless.